Whoa. Everyone's attention. Get ready for the real excitement coming up. Aki transformed into a superheroine, defeating everyone instantly, leaving Kinshu to fight alone, who fell within 5 seconds. Aki happily removes her helmet, crushes 2 troublemakers, sending them away forever, just as the blonde guy walks in. Aki decisively dealt with the witness. The boss suspected her as the mastermind and ordered her to take a shot at a random employee. Since Aki refused to shoot, the boss knocked her out and tied her up a classic case of self-sabotage. The team was ready to come in and rescue, but they bumped into some guards and ended up as hostages too. Before being tied up, the team quietly dropped a blade, giving Aki a glimmer of hope. The boss barged in, asking her who she was, but Aki shot back with a question about the server's location. So, just as the boss was about to strike after closing the door, Aki counterattacked. Despite being injured, she knocked her opponent down, leaving no one standing in the room. Armed with a weapon, Aki took off after them, becoming a nightmare for her enemies. She wasn't stopped. Her skills were just incredible, something you could never imagine. Her efficiency was astounding. I counted it exactly 18 seconds to finish off the brawl. Meanwhile, the police were on their way, and the desperate boss locked himself in. He said the servers were inside and dared anyone to enter. Aki flew into a rage and tore down the iron net. But the inside door was locked. Just then, Sao Mei suddenly appeared, crashing a car into it and making a mess of the door, just as expected. Inside were indeed servers, and Aki grabbed a crossbow and shot it right into the boss' hand. After that, they left, leaving the wounded boss in despair, staring at the ticking countdown clock. In the end, as the countdown hit 0, both the boss and the servers were blown to smithereens. All the hidden videos vanished from the world, and Grandma was about to commit vehicular self-sacrifice. What a brave soul! In the nick of time, a man appeared out of nowhere and heroically saved Grandma. My eyes were glued in disbelief. Grandma was in tears, remembering a call she got while selling scrap notifying her about risks with her savings. It was her first time. She panicked and rushed home for her savings. Even though it was her grandson's tuition money, she naively transferred her savings just as instructed. After sending the money, Grandma sighed in relief, continuously mumbling her thanks. A few days later, Grandma realized she was scammed and hurried to report it at the police station. But she wasn't the only victim. Upon hearing her money was gone, Grandma had dark thoughts about her future. To prevent more victims, the revenge squad decided to take down the scam gang. Let the mission begin. First, using some special methods, they found the scam group's hideout, and then it was time for the chubby guy to infiltrate. The supervisor insisted on discarding scam phones. The chubby guy scammed over 100 with amazing persuasion. Interestingly, it was Sao Mei answering the calls every time, and they worked seamlessly together until all the phones ran dry. Once she found out the boss lady surrendered, earnings wouldn't even cover new phones. Where can we even hand you the cash now? Looks like we need to play it safe. Oh boy, this is where the scammers gather, and that scoundrel is just eating away. Yep, that guy is actually Aki, the Avenger, selling off 100 phones from her bag, bringing the scam group back to. Strangely, the calls dropped every time they neared success. Sao Mei was behind it. She could control all the phones and even eavesdrop, successfully getting hold of the bank account details. To get the password, Aki invited Beiyaji to dinner, hand-peeling crabs for her. The over 50 Beiyaji was hooked by the temptation and couldn't help but laugh. Fish hooked, now for business. Next morning, Aki visited again. I'm leaving. The prosecutor is following me, Aki said mysteriously, ready to tie up loose ends. Beiyaji was reluctant to see Aki leave, unseen in person. Suddenly, a phone rang. It showed 5 wrong password attempts, urgently prompting her to unlock it quickly. So she dashed to the bank. Surprisingly, she ran into Aki there. What a twist of fate. They joked around like a young couple in love. Aki said, "I'm off to the restroom, grab my bun for me." Aki put down her bag and turned away, giving Beiyaji the perfect chance to snatch the bag away. "The secret code is not to be used lightly. Please give me the news article and announcement." Once everything was sorted, Beiyaji gave Aki a final send-off, saying, "I'll save this fate for you." Ever since then, Beiyaji couldn't stop thinking about Aki. Just as several lackeys barged in, clamouring of stop holding on. But just then, the phone buzzed with another password error message. Furious, she nearly stormed into the bank, but the staff told her, "Sorry, please comply." Yeji was nearly at her breaking point and suddenly remembered Aki's warning, her heart racing, time to strike back.